Happy Monday, guys. This is Intuition and Indulgence, where I'll be doing some intuitive readings and checking out some local food spots, if you are interested. Well, today I come to you with a reading for Monday. So a message that I received for myself today was, your energy is precious. And I think, and I believe, that's a message that I had to share with everyone else as well. Your energy is precious. And for those of you interested in the types of cards that I'm using the Prism Oracle by Nicole Bivirotto. I found these in a cute little bookstore in Brooklyn, New York. I remember I was just walking around and just kind of exploring the area and seeing what caught my eye. And I remember there was this one bookstore that just kind of kept calling to me. It had really large windows, from what I remember, and I was looking for like a new deck, like a new intuitive reading deck, either like tarot cards or an oracle deck. And right there, as I was looking, seeking, if you will, I found this deck of cards, and it was actually the last batch. Pretty cool. So again, the message for today is, your energy is precious. Too many cards, y'all, too many cards. Not feeling it from that one. How was everyone's weekend? How's everyone feeling today? Something that came to mind, other than that thought, that belief this morning, was the idea of trusting yourself, trusting oneself, and feeling more inclined to be authentic. There is a change. There is an energy that's calling to all of us to be more authentic with ourselves, you know? And it's really, really, really important to tap into that, to tap into what makes you feel really authentic and joyous and happy. And if you have habits, if you're doing things that don't feel authentic to you, right? Or that pull you away from feeling truly satiated, you gotta definitely take some time back to realign, to adjust, and to recalculate your steps, if you will, you know? So these are the 3 cards that I had pulled out. Okay. Looking at these 3 cards, the bottom of the deck is going to be just some extra insight for you. And if I feel inclined to pull out another card, I definitely will. But for now, we're going to start with these 3 cards, okay? And again, I'm using the Prism Oracle. Tap into your inner strength, inner wisdom. Do you guys like my cheetah necklace with the emerald eyes? Have you guys ever seen Mummies Alive? I remember as a kid, I used to watch like Channel 4 Saturday cartoons, and there was these mummies who have like time traveled into like the modern world, and they are set out to like protect this line of like pharaohs and kings. And there's this one kid who lives in New York City, and these mummies find him and they say, hey, you are the bloodline of some pharaoh and we have to protect you. And they all had like amulets and necklaces or some sort of talisman, and they would hold it and they would transform into this like warrior with all this cool armor. And I remember one of them was like a feline, and she had like claws and all that stuff. Very, very cool. Anyways, back to the intuitive reading. And if you guys haven't already today, take a moment to take a deep breath. Take a moment to hold on to something that feels precious to you, like this amethyst crystal for me. Inhale. Exhale. Take a moment to say grace. Take a moment to say thank you for all the wonderful things you have in your life, all the blessings, all the lovely people that are in your life, right? Yes, there might be times where we're focusing on what's missing, but try to reframe that and try to focus on what you already have, right? What doesn't feel like it's lacking, you know? And if there's something that's lacking, then maybe it's something's calling to you to take a step back, reflect, and look. And sometimes when you reflect and look, you'll see that there are some things in your life that are definitely worth mentioning and acknowledging. So the first card, I love it, we have is confidence. So this right here is something solid about this, right? The black color, right? Sometimes we associate the color black with negative, like a negative sentiment, right? But sometimes black can also mean something sophisticated. Black can also mean confident, you know, solid, right? True to oneself, right? Your energy is precious. Who you are is special and wonderful. You should definitely focus on that. Something's definitely calling to you to tap into yourself, right? Feel confident about what you are and who you are, right? What you have to offer and contribute into the world is wonderful and precious, right? And you are allowed to be confident in yourself, okay? Cultivate what you've already sowed, okay? You are a confident person, and you should feel comfortable with yourself and should be comfortable expressing who you are in front of the world. Be confident. You are allowed to be confident. This is how you should start your weeks, right? Not every day's perfect, but definitely for some of you, I sense that you're shying away a little bit, and you don't have to. Be confident in yourself. For some of you, you should wear something black, something very, I don't know, maybe like a nice black blazer, black shirt, something that just makes you look very strong and sleek and polished and sophisticated. Maybe you have a work event to go to, right? Or you gotta show up to work today, right? Take a shower, get ready, fix yourself up, maybe do some yoga, do some meditation, tap into yourself. When you're comfortable with yourself, right, and you've given yourself some time to be with yourself before you go out and share yourself to the world, you're giving yourself that moment and space to say, I'm good with myself. And you're able to then outwardly express that confidence, you know, and smile. I love that. The next card that we have is growth. For a lot of you, you've been able to overcome challenges and obstacles in your life, and you continue to do so. There have been moments in your life where you've been knocked down. Certain plans haven't been able to manifest because maybe a financial obstacle, right? Maybe a loan of some sort, right? Wanting to create a business, right? But you still needed to get that certification, right? Or, wanting to feel more fit and focus on your health, right? And then all of a sudden there was just that one doctor's visit, right? That might have set you back, right? That one health challenge that might have set you back in that particular moment. And you did not allow those moments, those challenges in time to set you back. You continue to grow and become stronger, and you're feeling more confident as you're able to progress and overcome those challenges and situations, right? You're seeing the sunny side of things. There's real growth. It's beautiful. Ooh, I love this one right here. See this beautiful pillar? Some of you have really put in the work, blood, sweat, and tears, right, into something that was either challenging, right, or a certain goal of yours that you said, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to fulfill this plan. My goal is to reach that mountaintop. And you're doing it, or you have already done so, right? For some of you, right, it's asking you to tap into your inner strength, right? This is wonderful. To be strong as a pillar, right? Being able to withstand whatever comes your way, right? Confidence, strength, and growth. This is wonderful. Some of you really come far, 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 and you're reaping the rewards, right? Red, green, and black. Some of you really need to be wearing these colors this week, right? Black pants, black at a work event of some sort, right? Green when you're creating something, right? Red when you're feeling challenged, right? Something about these colors are going to allow you to tap into that inner strength, right? Allow you to really grow within and feel more confident. I love the positivity from this. Strength, growth, and confidence. This is amazing. And I'm feeling inclined to pull out another card. From our previous reading on Saturday, we had the isolation card. For some of you, this won't apply. For others of you, this will apply. Some of you have yet to tap into your inner strength when it comes to feeling alone, when it comes to those moments of isolation, right? That moment when, or the moments that you have the ability to tap within and reflect, you aren't taking it, and you have to take that moment to be by yourself for a little bit. Tap into your inner strength, right? Take that moment to just reflect and heal yourself, you know? Some of us want to be able to take that leap all the way to the other side where we can feel this confident, right? And this is wonderful and this is attainable. And in order for you to reach that, you have to self-reflect. You have to take a moment to look within. And again, everyone's journey and process is different, right? Everyone goes through a different process. We all manifest our emotions differently, right? But we all know what it's like to be by ourselves, right? That's a moment of vulnerability, right? Beyond that, it's definitely different for all of us, right? Sometimes hard to empathize, right? But not to go into a tangent about that, just some of you really need to take that moment just to kind of be with yourself for a bit, you know? Doesn't mean you got to isolate yourself from friends and family. It's just asking you, take that moment in time, right? Allow yourself maybe just a day or two just to kind of take a step back and reflect for a bit, you know? In order for you to get to this point, right? Right, building that inner strength in those moments of introspection, right? Which allows you to grow, right? And when you become more comfortable being with yourself, right, then you're able to outwardly be more confident, right? And say, yes, I'm here. You know, you begin to embody all of these three qualities, right? Without hesitation, without overthinking. Just knowing that you know who you are and you're comfortable with yourself and the journey that you've had to take to get to this point of strength, growth, and confidence. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have trust. This won't apply to all of you. This will apply to some of you, right? Trust in the process. Allow yourself to trust more, right? We already live in a cruel world, right? Why add any more heartache to yourself? Why add any more burdens? Don't do that. It's not worth it. Trust that what you're doing is going to lead you to your end goal, right? It's going to lead you to a moment of satisfaction, right? Trust in yourself a little bit more. Possibly it's asking you to trust others, right? Right? If you can't trust in the outward, in the external, right? You definitely are not trusting in yourself, right? What we project onto the world is how we feel about ourselves, right? So trust that everything's going to work out in your favor, right? Because that's what we would want for the rest of the world, right? For the others, right? Regardless of the positive and negative outcomes of those external situations, right? We just really want to trust that everything will work out in our favor. Trust that something good is coming for you, right? We want to trust in the light, trust in the love that we already have for ourselves, trust in the love that we share for others, right? Have more faith. But this is what I have for you for the beginning of our week. Strength, growth, and confidence. If you like this reading, please hit like and subscribe. And thank you for watching Intuition and Indulgence. Have a great week, guys.